Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Well, the U.S. did it. They won gold in the FIBA World Championships today by defeating Turkey. Now, they didn't have to beat Spain or Argentina to get there, so we'll have to wait for that matchup in the 2012 Olympics, and that promises to be a doozy. That said, the Americans were able to win this tournament with a nice mix of athleticism, defense, and just enough offense from Kevin Durant and a few others to take the title. Let me show you what I saw in this game. One weak spot on the USA's defense is Derrick Rose. Here the ball's in the post, and he's going to turn his whole body and look down there and not know where his man is. When the ball comes out, he's on the wrong side to close out, does a bad job of closing out, and they get a layup. Luckily for the U.S., Turkey isn't good enough to finish on these kind of plays. The U.S. simplifies things and simply screens for Derrick Rose and lets him go to the basket. Watch how bad Turkoglu's defense is down low, though. If he helps out, Iguodala is open in the corner for a jump shot, which I'm sure Turkey would not mind. We all know Durant isn't here for his defense, but come on, you can't get blown by like that. The Bulls signed Omer Asik, and I gotta tell you, I like what I see. He's 7 foot and very mobile and can handle the ball. He doesn't finish great, but he can learn that. Imagine if the U.S. didn't have Durant to make shots like this. Oh my goodness. Here's a great new wrinkle to the pick and roll the Europeans are running. They're going to screen the screener first, which then separates Odom from the screener, and he can't be there to hedge. So the guard can turn the corner, collapse the defense, and they end up getting a great shot from the weak side. Here's why I think Asik will really help the Bulls. He's athletic, he hustles, and he can jump a little bit. And here's why the U.S. did so well is their offensive rebounding, because they're just too athletic. Sorry Bulls fans, but Derrick Rose was quoted as saying his jump shot's a lot better. It didn't look that way in this tournament. So Turkey was doing okay playing man-to-man, and then they switched to a completely stretched out zone, allowing the U.S. to penetrate, which shouldn't happen. And check out Turkoglu. I know he's not supposed to play defense either, but this is pretty bad for a zone. So here the U.S. has a chance to really blow the game open, and they go to a 2-3 zone. So of course Turkey goes right to the middle, out to the wing, and a three-point shot. It keeps them in the game. Russell Westbrook was hurting them on defense as well. Here they're going to screen, and instead of going on the high side like he's supposed to, he goes underneath. Tyson Chandler is trying to tell him how to do it. And meanwhile, on the rescreen, he gets stuck. They get penetration and a kick and an open shot for Turkoglu. You can argue that this was a turning point as Chandler and Turkoglu got into it and almost got into a fight. He could have inspired the U.S. to play a lot better. I think that it was more that Turkoglu got injured soon after and was out for the rest of the first quarter. Again, Bulls fans, watch Asik. He's got an NBA body, he's quick, he can slip the defense and finish a little bit. He's going to be really good. Turkey's defense was terrible in my opinion because their 2-3 zone was so spread out. They get the shot they want, but the guards are not in position to rebound, so a long rebound goes back to the U.S. and they get a wide open three, negating any positive effect the zone would have had. The zone did work at times when they were going against the really inexperienced guards of the U.S. who would simply throw up quick shots with lots of time on the clock. But again, the guards are so spread out that Westbrook can just blow by them and finish strong at the hoop with the foul. Great move. For Turkey, if they're going to play a zone, they need to know where the one man that's going to kill him is, Kevin Durant. And they always lose track of him. There's some good penetration here, but the weak side forward doesn't come up and the guard isn't there, giving him a wide open three. Westbrook did good things and bad things. Here he over-dribbles to the corner, inverting the offense, so now they have the wrong guy on top. Eric Gordon is now the point guard, and they end up getting a bad shot, which is called a travel. I hate to criticize the coaching staff, but the only thing that's going to keep Turkey in this game is if the U.S. plays a 2-3 zone. Because look how they can swing the ball, carve it up, and they get a great shot. That should have been a jump ball, by the way. Here's a nice wrinkle of a zone offense for the U.S. Here you'll see Kevin Durant screen down on the weak side for Chauncey Billups, who's usually going to get a shot in the corner for a three. Instead, Chauncey comes up high and then Durant flares out and gets a wide open three. Really nice. Hey Bulls fans, you tell me if you think Derrick Rose's jump shot looks any better. The U.S. isn't squeezing the pick and roll here, so they have a switch, leaving Derrick Rose guarding their big man, allowing him to step back and nail a three. I know Iguodala is supposed to be a really good defender, but I keep watching mistakes on the weak side by him, and I don't understand why he's got that reputation. Here you're going to see him as the weak side help. He should be coming over on the penetration. Instead, he stands there and they get a layup. I think Rondo's got a better jump shot than this. Here's the problem with Turkey's offense. They'll call a play and it has to go to Turkoglu in the corner, but when Iguodala takes the pass away, they got nothing else. And instead they swing it to the big man on top, who has to go one-on-one against Odom, which I would not want to do as a Turkey player, and they get a shot clock violation. As far as the game goes, the US is looking for a knockout blow, a three-pointer, something to demoralize the team. So Turkey goes back into a 2-3 zone that's spread out, and they have a small guard on Durant's side. It doesn't matter if Durant has a hand in his face. He's going to get an open three, and he's going to knock that shot down half the time. So there you have it, folks. My only issue is with the style that the Team USA is playing. They clearly have the best athletes in the world. So you need to play stifling man-to-man defense all the time. And you got to press all the time. Run 12 guys in there. The 12th guy is still the best athlete on the floor for the US when they play any of these teams in the world. But they play a 2-3 zone inexplicably, and it lets the team play with them a little bit. If the game gets close and they get a little tight, bad stuff can happen. So if they can adjust their style and get a handle on what they really do well, then there should be no problem with the Team USA winning the gold in 2012, or any of the games in the future for that matter. Well, thanks for joining us at B-Ball Breakdown, and don't forget, it's not a channel, it's a conversation.